Giram, ডক্টর প্রসূন গোস্বামী। मैंने लिखा नहीं है तो मैं जानती हूँ तो इसलिए।
From Karim University, AP, Andhra Pradesh, not from Chennai, from Andhra Pradesh. Everyone get confused with that. This one? Okay. Okay, fine. So today I'm going to talk about from bottles to bins, like we use plastics every day, then how it is going to impact our Indian Ocean. So I start with a question. Can you imagine your day without plastic? What is the short answer? No, right? Just look at this picture. This was I was thinking in the morning. This is just our morning. Then imagine our day, how it will be. So plastic is a wonder product, perhaps the most wonder product human has created. We cannot deny the fact, like people, those who talk, like say no to plastics. I tell say yes to plastics because there is no such replacement for plastics. What is most important is how we are going to use, how we are going to make use of the plastics, right? So the problem starts from here. If you look in the first plot, which is in the left panel, we produce plastics, but 90% of that get discarded and only 9% get recycled. When I said that, come to the next figure in the bottom. Most of the plastics are from generated from petroleum. So yesterday there was a talk on carbon credits, right? There was a talk on carbon capture in the ocean. What if I will be wrong if I say if we bury plastic in the ocean bed, it is going to be a carbon capture? It is yes. But at the same time, carbons are added with lots of additives. They are the chemicals, which is going to create hazard to environment. Okay. So this is what the thing, fossil fuel plastics, which is 99% in the case, and only 1% is the biomass plastics. More, most of it go to the manufacturing sector, like packaging sector, packaging industries, and even in brands. And in that, 90% get dumped into the landfills as well as oceans. Okay. So as a result, what happened is our living biomass has been already replaced by plastics by twofold. Okay. So if there is a quiz, which are the top 5 most polluter to the climate change or climate crisis or CO2 in the world, the fifth one is plastics. So plastic itself became a continent. It is no more, it's a product. It's just a continent like China, like USA, like India, like Russia. The fifth one is plastics. And you can see plastics impact everybody, including the birds. Maybe this is too much animated, like the crane is feeding plastics to its baby birds, but that's harsh reality. If you cut a seabird, you will find a lot of plastics in their stomach. Okay. So this research paper came in Science Advance last year, where they have shown it is the global producer responsibility to the plastic pollution. Who is making more plastics? First one is Coca-Cola company, right? First one is Coca-Cola company. They are the culprit because of whom we are having plastic problem. It is not us. It is Coca-Cola. Second is Pepsi. They are US-based company, right? In the right-hand side, the panel, if you see, this is the countries who get most affected, if you cannot read it, the first country is Indonesia. Coca-Cola do not have a plant at Indonesia, but they are the worst sufferer because the global north or so-called developed nations, they have a practice to dump their waste to our countries in global south, right? So this problem need to be addressed. Okay. So now if I come to microplastics, I think most of you know what is microplastics. Quickly, I will go through it. Microplastics, there are two types. One is secondary one, which comes from breaking down of normal larger plastics. And the second one is secondary plastics, which is produced in industry to create further products, tertiary products. Suppose the toothpaste you used in the morning, it contains microplastics. Uh, Even the cleanser, the shampoo, the shower gel, whatever you use, everything contains microplastics. We do not know. If you see the Surf Excel ad, there are some blue and red dots they shows, right? Those are microplastics. We call it scrubber, but they are microplastics. Okay. So after the laundry, where that plastic goes? It goes to drains, right? So this paper came last year, which shows the data point at Indian Ocean. Of course, we have some data from Indian Ocean, but still there are a lot of work to be done. Okay, and as a result, my research was first started how microplastic impact in Indian Ocean food chain, right from phytoplankton to zooplankton to fish. Okay, I studied microplastic in the food web of Indian Ocean. So for that, we made a framework to collect microplastics from seawater, from sediment, from biota as well as, and we analyzed them in our lab. And then the first research what we published was we found microplastics in from zooplankton to fish. Mostly, there are some carringate which are highly delicious in Port Blair in Andaman. So they had the highest level of microplastics and they were the tertiary consumers. So what we found was feeding habit of fish has a significant correlation with the plastic ingestion. That means a fish do not need to ingest plastic directly. It can get bioaccumulated from the smaller fish or smaller plankton, right? So second, in second work, what we tried to do was to identify microplastic hotspot in the Indian Ocean. For that, we selected two study areas, one in Andaman Sea and another one in the Arabian Sea. And what we found, Arabian Sea is one of the most hotspot in India for microplastic accumulation. This was collected from the shelf sediment. Now, why the shelf sediment we collected? If you recall my title, I put the title as Indian Ocean act as a microplastic sink. That means the bottom act as a sink. So we know in the coastal Arabian Sea, we have a seasonal upwelling, right? So if there is any plastic in the bottom sediment, there is a high chance it can come up again and get ingested or get transferred into the food web. And in the next phase, this work was done along with in collaboration with INCOIS. So what we did, we went for another research cruise in an Arabian Sea, and we collected this time water, zooplankton, and we tried to identify whether these plastics were really present or not. And we found yes, every sector, every sample, we had microplastics. The water depth was almost like 3,000 meters, so it was really oceanic sample. And what we found next was, if you see here, we carried out a diurnal variation studies for 8 long days in which we collected microplastics from the surface water from day as well as at night. The daytime it was 12 noon and at 12 midnight. The reason was zooplankton, who has a typical habit to get diurnal migration, if they ingest microplastics, it can go down and eject out, right? So we really did not find any difference in the day ingestion as well as night ingestion. So what we hypothesize that once a plastic get ingested, it takes time to come out. So if that is the case, if microplastic present within the fecal matter of the zooplankton, it can reduce the sinking speed of the fecal matter. So the fecal matter act as a carbon sink, right, in the ocean bottom. So this is what we found was microplastic had direct role in reducing the carbon sink in Arabian Sea. So then we try to identify the source with the wind pattern, current, and salinity and sea surface height. What we found was this oceanic gyres, if you see here, this oceanic gyres formed in the Arabian Sea, which accumulate the plastics as well as the wind pattern, offshore wind pattern, which push the coastal plastics in the mid of the ocean. So there are lots of talks going on about the coastal cleanup, right? But I am really not a fan of coastal cleanup. If you see here, this was collected at the Avis Island in Andaman. See, this is uninhabited island, and you can see a TV here, right? This monitor, when we use, it was almost like 20 years old TV, which was lying here. That means, can I have some water? So, uh, this television set, which was dumped from Indonesia, basically, it came all the way to Andaman. And you can see the coastal plastics over here. And the local people, what they does is, they burn the plastics. Because of that, this particular rock had plastic in it. So we call it plastic boomerangs. Okay? Now, as a ECOP, what you can do? In India, we have a vast coastline. So if we want to measure plastics, it requires a lot of funding, right? So what I suggest is we better identify some remote sensing based model to identify plastics in the ocean. Okay? So this particular paper, where they try to identify spectral signals with the remote sensing, and they use AI-based model to identify plastic in the coast. So the take-home message is plastic is everywhere. Then what is going to happen if plastic is everywhere? So this is what, yesterday there was a talk about plastisphere. What is plastisphere? Plastisphere is basically a microplastics which form a biofilm, and it can transfer antimicrobial resistant genes in the environment. How it can? Sorry. So it accumulate bacteria as well as antimicrobial resistant genes, and then through the food chain, it can transfer within the fish, right? And it can transfer in the fish gut. So plastics has been integral part of the ocean or of the as well as One Health. What is One Health? One Health is the part in which plastic get incorporated in every spheres of the earth, like animal health, like human health, as well as uh, food health. So I told about all the problems. Let me show you some solution for it. This is a particular city in Japan where I lived for 2 years. It's in Tsukuba, where there is a plastic management system. How there is a garbage calendar. We receive a garbage calendar in which there are some color coding, as you can see here. In this dustbin, we need to throw the garbage on a particular day based on the color. Okay? So if we do not do that, what will happen? We call them, they are the garbage police. They come and they cancel your registration. So you have to pay hefty fees if you do not throw plastic properly, right? And next, what happens? Every time you dispose your plastics in your dustbin, they come and collect it and go to this particular facility where it gets incinerated, and from that they produce energy. So they recycle 100% and generate electricity from it. And also in Japan, there is a practice like the secondary consumer market. Every product, whatever you see in this picture, these are all second-hand products. So we do not have that habit to recycle, right? We have Amazon sale, we have a Flipkart, Myntra sale. Every time sale comes, we buy, but they never do that. They depend on their product because the product quality is so good, right? So we need to bring up such kind of mentality. So I just take this opportunity to all of you to come to our university just for a research or anything. We come from SRM University AP. It's a beautiful campus. Maybe Avanti was there last time. She knows. So we have world-class infrastructure to conduct any kind of meeting or conferences. Maybe ECOP event also can happen over there. So these were some of the pictures of conferences what we conducted. And we also have a MSc in environmental science as well as MTech in environmental and sustainable engineering. Those who are interested can register. Okay, so I end up with think global, act local. This problem is very much global problem, but the solution lies with ourselves. Okay, thank you. So no question, okay.
Goswami. Next up, Archita Roy.
Let's respond. Hmm? My
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Archita Roy, a PhD student at ISA Kolkata. So I'll be presenting on microbes as indicators, engaging ECOPs and community to monitor the coastal health through the lens of microbial life. So, as we all know, that the Indian coastline is vast, stretching over 7,500 kilometers and encompassing a remarkable diversity of habitats such as the mangroves, estuaries, and also fish supports fisheries and a wide range of tourism. So uh, it supports a rich biodiversity and is a home to cultural heritage. Despite this, the Indian coastline faces a lot of threats from pollution and ecosystem degradation. So, to deal with this problem, what we can propose is microbes, which act as the visible front line in this ecosystem. So, microbes they help in nutrient cycling, oxygen production, pollutant filtration, such as plastic biodegradation, foundation of food web, and bioremediation. So, a new community and science approach offers a new paradigm for coastline microorganism and ocean health. This approach involves collaborative efforts between scientists, communities, fishermen, and local stakeholders to better understand, monitor, and manage the marine ecosystems, leading to a more sustainable practice and a healthier environment. What we can do in this is we can involve community engagement followed by scientific expertise and collaborative and knowledge sharing. By combining the scientific knowledge with community expertise, this approach can lead to more effective solution for protecting the coastline, microorganisms, and also for promoting ocean health. So, what I want to propose under this is a coastal microbe watch network, which refers to an research initiative that uses microbial co-occurrence analysis to study the complex interaction within the coastal microbial communities. So what we can do here is we can monitor the coastal microbial communities which are present, followed by the environmental factors. Like there are specific environmental factors under which a specific group of microorganisms are generally present. And then we can do the microbial co-occurrence analysis followed by network analysis. So what is the importance of understanding this microbial interaction? Certain microbes which are present in the coastal water can pose severe risks to human health, making it essential for us to monitor and understand their dynamics. Microbes also are affected by climate change, and their responses can have implications for the environment and human society. And microbial communities play vital roles in maintaining the health and stability of the coastal ecosystems. So, what we generally do is collect samples from the coastal ecosystems, which is followed by also the measurement of the in situ parameters or the environmental data. And from there, we do the microbial identification. And also, we can develop models, that is, mathematical models, which are can be used further to predict the behavior of the microbial communities under the various stress scenarios within the environment, such as heavy metal pollution or plastic pollution. So, a tangible feature of this microbial watch network can be a report card that can provide an easy snapshot of the current state of the ecosystem and how it can change over time and how this can be used to track the change in the ecosystem. This will mainly include the water quality parameter and the microbial indicators. So this is a snapshot of how the report card may look like. So herein we can have the microbial community which are present in that ecosystem. What is their diversity, whether they are present in high abundance or low? What is the water quality of that particular area, and what is the overall health of that entire ecosystem? So community engagement is highly needed for this. So community workshops and talks can be organized, followed by citizen science programs, and we can train individuals how data collection can be done and how samples can be analyzed. So I would like to thank my PhD supervisor, Professor Punushlok Bhaduri, Dr. Anvesha Ghosh, and my lab members of ITMARG and ISA Kolkata as a whole. Pavani Darapureddy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pavani Dharapreddy. I'm a scholar under the guidance of Dr. Radhishri Nayak, Department of Chemistry, V8AP University, Andhra Pradesh. Today, I'm honored to give presentation about contributing to a sustainable ocean, the role of Indian early career ocean professionals. So this is the content of my presentation: coastal ecosystems, blue carbon, geospatial technology, community engagement, networking, sustainable development goals, and conclusion and finally references. So what is coastal ecosystems? Coastal ecosystems are the dynamic transition between sea and the land. So example, mangroves, estuaries, salt marshes, coral reefs, seagrass beds. And these ecosystems provides rich biodiversity and provides critical ecological services like carbon sequestration, shoreline protection, and nutrient cycling. So these coastal ecosystems contains two components. One is abiotic component and non-abiotic components. Abiotic components means non-living, means water. In water, salinity, waves, current, ocean currents affect the habitats, and also sediment or soil, the color, texture of the soil, affect the mangrove roots and root stability and storage. Then sunlight affect the aquatic life, plants and algae. Temperature also needed. Nutrient flow like nitrogen and phosphorus availability affect the mangrove roots. Biotic components are the living components, and the mangroves, fishes, these are comes under biotic components. So why coastal ecosystems are important? Because they are critical for climatic resilience and also for high biodiversity and also supports livelihoods and food security. So next, blue carbon. So as you know, in our chemistry, we know that organic carbon and inorganic carbon. Organic carbon means carbon which is from living organisms, and inorganic carbon means non-living, like rocks and earth crust. It is available in earth crust only. So according to United States Geographical Survey, these color code to the scientists. Based on that, function based on emission, and those are like purple, black, blue. So black color means the carbon available from industrial emission, and the gray carbon available from uh, industrial and what is that? Burning fossil fuels. Like blue carbon means blue carbon captured by oceanic and coastal ecosystems, especially in mangroves and seagrasses. These ecosystems, they absorb, mangroves absorb carbon dioxide from atmosphere and stored in their biomass from centuries to millennia. So this is the global distribution of blue carbon. Here we can see in India, Sundarbans and Krishna mangroves, like in Andhra Pradesh, they store more blue carbon. So mangroves are the gardens of blue carbon. Why? Why mangroves are the matters for blue carbon? Because when compared to terrestrial forest, mangrove stores more than 3% of carbon in their sediment. For example, when we compare to tropical forest stores 2 to 5 tons of carbon per hectare in a year. When compared to temperate forest, it is 1 to 3 tons per hectare in a year. Whereas in mangroves, 6 to 8 tons of carbon per tons in a hectare. So it is a high soil carbon storage. And some dense mangroves are stores 10 hectares per ton. Sorry, 10 tons per hectare in a year. So this is the my research, and Krishnavela Sanctuary is the study area of my research. It is present in this is the coastal corridor of Andhra Pradesh, and it 194.8 kilometers. Geographically, it located in Krishna River Delta, and it has a ecological significance because it has a world significance. It has world pristine mangroves are there. Very dense mangroves are also available. So it is important for blue carbon sequestration and providing various migratory birds and marine species. Even though these wildlife sanctuaries till now possess some threats like coastal erosion, salinity, and expansion of aquaculture. So this is one part of my research, geospatial technology. Not only field sampling, we cannot predict the carbon storage. So sometimes we use technology also we have to important. So these tools are the Google Earth Engine and QGIS. These tools are open source tools. So GE is a cloud based platform. We can generate the using satellite data. We can generate the vegetation and water surface water availability of the mangroves. So these are the data sets. I'm used for Landsat and Sentinel-2 for vegetation and surface water availability of the mangroves. These are the applications. I have mounted the time series analysis of mangrove cell and habitat mapping, seasonal water availability. So apart from scientific assessment, we require community engagement most important for environmental researchers because when we doing for example mangroves are mainly occurred in eastern part, so we can't go into the mangrove creeks because that time we require the local community persons. So in I have sorry, I worked with the Department of Social Science in VIT. I get the funding from that. I worked on also in integrating social ecological perspective manner because I am presently I'm working on one case study. It is related to how local communities independence on Krishna Wellness Sanctuary. That is the case study. So now I'm working, and the participatory mapping also important. So I conducted mapping exercise involving local communities and self-housing groups. For example, especially in Andhra, Swayam Sahayaka group is there. That those are for particularly for women. So I took some help from those groups. Those are also involved in my research part. Then I conducted some cultural programs for them and also stakeholder interviews. Stakeholders like from fishermen and women. I took some interview and I have prepared some questions and conducted interviews and then documented. And also NGO and outreach. We had also MOU with Center for Sustainable Environment NGO. So formally we collaborated them and they developed some outreach programs and conduct the research support. And also we also conduct some school level events to aware the children about environment and wetlands, importance of oceans like that. So mangrove plantation drives, we conduct the awareness programs to conduct student poster competitions also. And also conduct some youth engagement programs like interactive sessions and local schools. So these are the pictures when we conduct the from citizens to up to school level and youth level like that. So one of the important aspect is networking. So networking is more important for us because our research only stick with only local. So how we can from local to global level? How can we take from our research into local to global level? So these are the platforms. Already I'm involved in these platforms. EPI is the Young Ecologist Talk and Interactive. So here we can participate in webinars, early career forums. So we can mutually share our knowledge like that. And one more is Society of Limnology. Uh, I'm also the member of Society of Limnology. So what is the advantage of this is this works on global community platform and freshwater and coastal ecosystems. And this is useful for getting a travel grant like Witzel Award. So this is useful for when we present your research into international level. So that time we want travel grant. So Society of Limnology give Witzel Award. So travel grant it is here. So we have to uh, present our work in abroad, like international conferences. And how my research work aligned with sustainable development goals. So my research work is fully aligned with sustainable development goals, tracking climate change and life below water and life on land. Partially, it supports with the SDG 4 and equal gender equality, poverty reduction. So finally, conclusion. So my research not only speak with the ecological, it connected with the geospatial tools, community participation, and finally restore the coastal ecosystems. Mainly focus on blue carbon assessment and wetland health using geospatial in situ and ex situ technologies. These are the references. Thank you. So the ocean ecosystem.
To me. Good evening, everyone. I know, you have been listening to so many presentations. It must be very tiring. So the same goes with me. Even I heard, so many presentations. But anyways, you have to bear with me. So thank you so much to the ECOPs, for giving me this opportunity to present today. So today we will be talking about ocean sustainability contributions of early career ocean professionals in the UN Ocean Decade. So I won't be very scientific because I guess you have already heard, so many scientific things. So I will be very specific about like how early career ocean professionals can contribute to achieving the, or to tackle the challenges of this, UN Ocean Decade. Before we talk about the UN Ocean Decade, we have to, come through the Sustainable Development Goals because this is the origin, right? Whether you talk about a UN Ocean Decade or whatever, everything comes from your Sustainable Development Goals. And this is not Sustainable Development Goals is actually derived from your MDG, which is your Millennium Development Goals.
So Millennium Development Goals initially focused on your, 8 different aspects, and initially because that was the beginning of all that sustainable development goals, so they were focusing on only on developing countries. But later on, when we came up with sustainable development goals, that was applicable to the globally to all the countries. So they have our developing and developed countries, all the different countries participated. So if we talk about the sustainable development goals, that continues from 2016 till 2030, whereas if I talk about your millennium development goal, that started somewhere around 2000 till 2015. So now comes your ocean decade, right? So this ocean decade is dedicated from 2021 till 2030. So why are we so much interested about the ocean? Because so far, we have been talking about so much about the ocean. So, these are few significances of the ocean. Like, it helps in climate regulation, provides food security as a hotspot of biodiversity, provides resources, helps in transportation, provides recreational facilities. Last but not the least, it is also, sequestering your carbon dioxide. So threats to the ocean health. So far, we have been listening to so many people talking about, there are so many threats, including your climatic threats as well as your anthropogenic threats, right? Climatic threats like your sea level rise, global warming, or you can say your ocean warming. Then comes your ocean acidification, deoxygenation, pollution. So all these are threats to the ocean health. So how come the early career ocean professionals play a role in achieving the ocean sustainability? So while I was looking forward to having some documents on early career ocean professionals, I found one document that was published by, I guess, United Nations. So there I found these two words, which I found really very interesting. One is the ocean sustainability, and the other is your ocean we want, right? So early career ocean professionals are acting as a bridge, in achieving the ocean we want, but that should be sustainable. And your ECOPs are playing, vital roles. They help in your marine research, provide solution to the marine pollutions, and come up with ideas for sustainable fisheries, ocean technology, and they also contribute towards your policy and advocacy. So this is our network, right? So we are quite spread all over the world. So what are the contributions of the ECOPs, right? So starting from the data collection or from the observation till the development of your policy and bringing into the governance. So in every aspect, you will see that early career ocean professionals play a vital role, right? Like you can see, like advancing in innovation and technological proficiency, bringing inclusivity and diversity, and for sure the sustainability of your Earth observation programs and interdisciplinary collaboration. One of my fellow colleagues have already talked about the interdisciplinary collaboration, so I won't be talking much about that. Apart from all that, when we come to the ocean decade, so there is this beautiful statement, like we have 10 years, we have to deal with 10 challenges for achieving sustainable ocean. So these are the 10 challenges. So apart from that, I have just started with my PhD. So these are these are my few of my objectives, and this shows like how my objectives are aligned with the challenges which are supposed to be addressed in the human ocean decade. So my main goal is to understand the dynamics of the coastal wetlands along the Indian Ocean. And when I say Indian Ocean, my target is both on the east coast and the west coast, and how their water quality varies, like what are the climatic and what are the anthropogenic factors impacting the coastal wetlands. They are for sure different for east coast as well as for the west coast. And after that, we will be mapping the surface water bodies, because what literature says is that because of increasing stressors, we see the surface water body decreasing for the coastal wetlands. And after, we will be assessing the water quality for the representative coastal wetlands and develop a chlorophyll retrieval algorithm for the case 2 water bodies. And we also plan to model and predict the future scenarios with water quality for the coastal wetlands. And last but not the least, developing sustainable management framework based on the observed study. Because as I already said you, like I have just started with my PhD, so I'm yet to start with my field sampling and all. Initial, my work is based on the secondary data mostly. So what new initiatives we can, come up with? So I have classified the new initiatives into, different categories. Mostly, this is all my idea. I have divided the initiatives into four different quadrants. We can come up with, social initiative ideas. We can come up with technological initiatives, policy initiatives, and cultural slash, artistic initiatives. So your social initiatives has to be highly community driven. So one example can be, Coastal Citizen Science Network. So one example can be in my city. I'm talking about my city very specifically. So we have a Facebook group. Okay, so whatever that happens in my city, so we get a post, something happened. Um, so we can also create one network, maybe in any other social media platforms, not very specifically, with Facebook. And there, let's say somewhere related to the, coastal based, if we see any kind of pollution or something as such, we can just upload it in there so that we, ECOPs or whoever the representative would be there, will be able to take instant actions, and, we can get rid of that pollution over there. And one more idea that I want to come up with is that we can have youth ambassadors for different localities, that they will be provided with responsibilities to look after, the coastal erosion related issues for that very specific locality. We can conduct frequent public outreach activities. We can come up with different other citizen science initiatives. Apart from all that, we can, increase the social media and outreach activities. Coming to the innovation driven, and when I say all this, this is not just my idea. So I have talked to advanced, ocean professionals, and after talking to them only, I have come up with a few ideas. So when we talk about innovation driven, we can come up with low cost IoT sensors, right? So our university has some IoT sensors. I will be, showing all of them, like after a few slides maybe. So low cost IoT sensors, make the observation quite very easy. Like, when you, let us take one example for, dissolved oxygen is a very common water quality parameter we assess, right? So what about, we have a sensor that, instantly measures the dissolved oxygen. So it makes our work very easy, right? And apart from that, when we talk about this generation, information is power, right? And information comes through the data. We can come up with, blue hackathons for ocean sustainability. As far as I remember, one of the madam was talking about, how she got to learn so many things about this coding and all, when she participated in one of the blue hackathons. So that can be done. Apart from that, we can come up with drone technology with advanced sensors, and of course we can, integrate this AI for image detection, species identification, and, for doing forecasting and modeling, mostly automation thing, right? And when it comes to the policy initiatives, we can, integrate into the government, governance focused. It can be indigenous knowledge fusion projects, right? So there are indigenous knowledge within the community, like I exactly don't remember the place, but they're at a place in Africa. So what they do is that for a certain period, they don't do fishing. It's because the breeding season or the spawning season is something like that. So maybe, indigenous knowledge of the community can be utilized into the government projects. And, we talked much about the pollution, plastics and all. So maybe, we can we can come up with some policy or governance initiative, and, we can make some setup for marine debris upcycling. Then comes your cultural or artistic initiatives. This is mostly the awareness driven. We can come up with virtual reality. As I remember, one of the participants was saying that it's very tough to manage primary school students, like, those who are 10 to 12 years old, like if we are supposed to make them aware about the ocean related activities, right? So in that case, even it's risky also to take them to the ocean and explain the stuff. So we can come up with the virtual reality like stuff for those school students. And apart from that, let us do ocean art science collaboration rather than, getting so much focused with the scientific stuff. Apart from all that, we can do targeted workshop rather than doing generalized workshop. We can conduct frequent mentorship programs, and we can also do site-based or site-specific workshop. Our university did one. I will be showing you very soon. Yes, so this is our university, because many of the oceanographers are not aware about it because it's a purely management university. And when it comes to environmental science and sustainability, we are the only school. So in our university, we say a school rather than the departments. So we are the only school which is into environment and sustainability. So XOS stands for Javier School of Sustainability. So we come up with so many different programs. So why am I talking about all these different programs? You will get to know sooner. So every year, as the School of Sustainability, we host annual sustainability summit, and every year we come up with different themes. So this was our 8th annual sustainability summit, which happened in February 2023, and here we did beach and river mouth cleanup at Kusavadra, where we called up the community people from the community and our school students, and all of us went and did the beach cleanup thing. Apart from that, I was talking about the on-site workshop thing, right? So this is we recently did in this January 25. So what we did is that we took community members, we took our students, we took our low-cost water quality sensors. We taught the students how to measure the water quality instantly, so there also comes a water quality kit, okay, that gives you instant results regarding your nutrients and all the water quality parameters. So every year we host a sustainability summit. So I'm looking forward to inviting all of you for the next year. So apart from all that, we ECOPs can come up with a plan to do some changes in the curriculum because, I have been teaching to undergrads, mostly BSc students for the past 2 years. So I teach them environmental studies. So I have seen, the syllabus is completely outdated, right? And we ECOPs can propose something to bring, some changes into their curriculum. And I'm very sure the NEP is also very flexible and, they will take into account whatever we suggest. So apart from that, the core courses of environmental science, like natural resource management, introduction to physical environment, atmospheric processes, all these subjects are very much related to the ocean sciences, where I believe we ECOPs can greatly contribute. We can come up with some awareness program. Like this is very specifically, I'm saying we ECOPS in collaboration with our university, we can host this. Like, we can do a quiz competition and, we can target our UG, PG and PhD students. I will be very happy to host, whoever ECOP community, wishes to join us. And we can keep up with these topics, and we can come up with storytelling and poster presentation competitions, uh, because our university hosted different background students. We have students from law, we have students from psychology, economics, we have students from all the different backgrounds: human settlements, rural management, sustainability management. So I believe we can come up with many different and unique creative ideas, and it will provide us with diverse perspective, cultural difference we can see, incorporation of the art, inclusivity, and can inspire for taking actions. So this is, I have already explained you, right? Citizen science program, like we can come up with some low cost IoT sensor. So that's the same thing I can do with the eco people. Apart from that, we can come up with the beach cleanup program. I have also, fixed the locations, like in case if we can plan it sooner or in a, short term period. All right. So apart from all this, like I have used all my skills, capabilities, potentials, whichever, I can use to contribute towards the eco. So I write poems and all, which one was published with International Indian Ocean Expedition. Uh, so we can write poems, poetries, and success stories or articles like that, and inspire people towards this ocean actions. Apart from all that, we have these social media networks where we can post different things. You can also join us if you wish to. And these are our collaborations that we have with us so far. But this is very less, actually. I just called my students, like wherever you are doing internship, just send me. So all those institutes I have mentioned so far, but it's much more than this, whatever you see here. So yes, if not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not you, then who? So it's high time we take actions. So yes, you can mail me for any further collaboration or if you have any queries. Anyways, we will be talking in the panel discussions for sure. And that's my LinkedIn profile. Thank you so much for your patience. I know I spoke very much.
Thank you. There was a lot of details over there. We are very interested. Finally, we have Archana R. That would be our final presentation.
Hello. In between, I can share one news. Uh, yeah, I think it was interesting because as we used to say, our coastline is 7,500 plus kilometer. But as per ministry's recent annual report, the revised coastline is 11,098.8 kilometer. Thank you.
Archana R, I would like to call again if she was present. Okay. So with that, we wrap up the oral presentation for now.
Very good. We were able to make it time to already also listen. We already have the online participants, the people who will be joining us as panelists. what I am telling in between is, let's take 10 minutes of break. Everyone freshen up, take your time. Within that time, I will check with the online participants if anything is wrong or not. And then maybe again we can be within 10, actually 15 minutes maybe. And then we can start the time.
Okay. All participants were really good and was such a.
Very true. Even though I was
It was also very punctual, I would say. Everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for.
Yeah, we should all give ourselves a round of applause for
Just
that.
make this workshop different. Okay, so let's move out and have tea, freshen up. Yes, tea and snacks. Yes, the feedback we haven't received a lot. If you can take this, take the time now while you're having tea. Yes, you can. Library. You know the library, right? It's just Jittu usually helps with everything. Hello, online participants. Can you hear me, Shamira and Femi?
Yes, we can hear you. You're quite audible. Yes.
Nice. So we are going to take here we have finished the oral presentations that was part of the agenda. So everything that was part of the agenda on the part of ECOP event, everything is finished now, completed. And the last item on our agenda is this panel discussion. We are going to take a 10 minutes, as in the participants are going to take a 10-minute break. This is the time, this opportunity I'm going to take to discuss a few things with the online panelists. So everyone who is a part of the ECOP core committee and advisory committee who is going to uh, join us online, they are all panelists. As I had already mentioned, I will be introducing you during the panel discussion. And also once the participants here move out of this e-classroom, maybe we can have a 10-minute discussion. If possible, I would like to invite all you participants to switch on your microphone, video, the camera, and then maybe we could discuss a general flow of the panel discussion before we actually start. I will also send a text in the group so that maybe, if possible, Sunanda might also be able to join.
So, Prishnita, hello.
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah. So we have some interviews going on here. Okay, so I will be on and off. Okay. Hello.
Yes, not a problem at all.
Yeah. So I will be on and off. So like, you guys can go ahead. I will be here. Okay.
All right,
Connected. So once
not a
it is
problem.
over, then yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, all right. I'll just send the text to Shunanda asking her when she can join. I'll do that. My presentation, can you tell me if you already? Okay, so you check where it is. No, Sunanda and Femi are there. I want to talk to them about what we will do during the Can you also ask Nidish to join, come in here? He's outside, so he will also have an idea on what we are going to
Now,
the
while
flow.
okay.
All right. So I think now the online participants can see this one slide that yeah,
In climate comment, I can keep it.
you keep it ready. Okay. So Midla is doing something with the system, but very soon you will be able to see one slide where I have just put 4 or 5 sentences, which will be the starting point or the cues for the panel discussion. I was thinking we could first এটাতে ওই সবকটা ফাইনাল তোমার কাছে আছে তো ঠিক আছে
കുഞ്ഞോളം കുന്നോളം climate comics എടാ ജെയ്ഡൂസേ എന്തൊക്കെയുണ്ട് വിശേഷം എന്ത് രസം
One is enough. For the timing, one is enough, not a problem. So go back. I need my presentation.
Who is that EECOP? Early career ocean professionals?
Who's the earliest?
Sunanda?
Okay. Girish, I'm actually
No,
explaining.
whose
to
voice
the
it is that you are laughing?
panelists.
The kid.
Oh, that's a climate comics. That was from YouTube.
Oh, YouTube video. I
Yeah.
was just thinking, oh, okay.
Yes, he's a panelist.
One of the panelists.
Yes, he's one of the panelists. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm explaining to all the other panelists also that what will be the general flow of the panel discussion. So I was hoping.
You are there as a moderator.
Yes.
And it's okay. No need to explain. You just
Okay.
go on with that.
Okay, no problem.
No.
Okay, so I will explain it for the others. The first thing I want to say is that I want to start with the climate comics. So, for example, during the workshop, one of the participants put up a very nice point. She said that how do we bring climate science to not just the students but also to their parents, so that we could start the conversation at home. During the panel discussion, I want to start that already ECOPs, the brainchild of Sunanda, Midila, and Ronnie, they have done something like the climate comics. At this point, I would like to call Sunanda so that you can briefly explain what it is, what the climate comics is, what you had done very briefly, and then uh, what we aim to do with the climate comics. Also, a short-term project idea for ECOP is to transfer or adapt whatever climate comics you all have done in Malayalam to make it to adapt it to vernacular languages. And as we are adapting to vernacular languages, there have to be some tweaks. So as of now, we probably don't have a person in the ECOP setting who is able to take up this responsibility. In this workshop, we have seen a lot of people who have the expertise and who might be very interested. So the first thing that I will ask them, talk about the climate comics, and then maybe check who might want to take this responsibility. So there are a few people who also are interested in things that are similar to climate comics. Maybe they are interested. They were talking about documentaries, making documentaries. We will hear what their ideas are. So maybe you all could weigh in, give your ideas, and then let's discuss what they have in their mind. These are the two things that I was thinking we can start with. After that, in my mind, this workshop is a huge success. So we need to think what could be our next big activity. So we have had small activities in the past, but this workshop is our biggest activity as an ECOP group. It would be probably a good idea or a good starting point to think about what could be the next activity, and also to think about what would be a model for the next activity. So right now what we did is a workshop. Whatever workshop we have done, I will be able to make this thing as a structure, and we can replicate the same structure. So a workshop can be duplicated with whatever has been done now. I was hoping we could talk about what model we could have, or what structure we could have for next activity. For example, today in the morning when Uday Bhaskar sir was talking about the activities that that ITCU undertakes, they have different varieties of activities, and there is a set standard practice or standard structure which are very different from each other. So let's just hear what ideas we get from the participants for the next, not just workshop, maybe they might have any other model or structure for a conference or any other activity. So I am looking for ideas, innovative ideas, as much as I can get possibly from them for different structures of activities. After that, I want to also talk about how to clearly distinguish between ECOP-led activities and maybe other workshops where ECOPs could be a part, showing their work. So this has to be a clear distinction. For example, we are all researchers, and if someone is doing a conference in a niche topic and someone is asking us to present our scientific work, we cannot show that as ECOP activities. There has to be a clear distinction. And this line gets blurred more often than not. Even within the governing structure, this line gets blurred. So let's have a discussion so that we ourselves have a clear idea on what is the difference between what are activities that are led by us and how, when we are showcasing our work, not to blur the lines. Then after that, we wanted to have this conversation about, in the group, I had spoken about this Ranjan Kumar Sahu. He had put up this good idea about a unified platform. So something very similar to the Climalist or the MedJobs. So MedJobs has personally helped me a lot. And we don't have that for India. Obviously, everyone knows that we don't have this unified platform for India where all the job postings, all the workshop postings, every single thing of that sort is unified. Okay, so let's have a conversation about that. I actually came across something during the course of this workshop, which I want to talk to you all about. Let's weigh in, let's discuss what could be a good way forward. That is the next order of business. And then the last two aspects is what are the where to get funding bodies, which are the bodies or institutions we can target so that we can get funds for small scale activities. And we already have a good collaboration and very good support from Inquest, but it would be instrumental to seek help or seek collaborations from other institutes also. And I specifically want to talk about small scale activities. For example, the essay competition that we did, the monetary commitment to that, the financial commitment was rather small compared to the kind of money that institutions spend on a daily basis. So this sort of a low commitment, low monetary commitment, large impact activity, what we could um, have, what are the things that we can target. This is a discussion, maybe we'll get ideas, and maybe this is something that I want to discuss. And one more thing that I have not added is incentives. How can we incentivize? This is something, please, Sunanda or someone note it down. I did not note it down here, but maybe we could talk about it. How do we incentivize ECOP activities? Because in the long run, ECOP activities cannot run solely based on passion. So how can we incentivize, if not monetary, what else? What are the ideas? What are the needs of the participants here? Maybe we can discuss that and weigh in on that in detail. And lastly, the perspective paper. So Abul Qasim, he was here, but because of his flight timings, he had to leave. Just now he's left. He was of the idea that let's have a let's have a discussion on the basic structure of the perspective paper. Also, maybe ask who will be willing to lead it, because lead it, I'm not talking about authorship, but you can understand that someone who leads that paper, there is a lot of responsibility on that person, and then everyone comes together to help. So if there is someone who is voluntarily willing to lead that, take the responsibility, that would be an amazing thing. And if we can get that commitment right now from this platform itself, from this discussion itself, that would also be very relieving. So these are the basic pointers how I have planned today's session. This time we have very good participants who are actually giving us really good inputs. So let's take their suggestions, and then we'll also take in the suggestions from all the panel members. So I'm hoping that we'll have a very good session. I'm hoping there are no technical issues as of now. We are very loud and clear. There is no video quality issue, audio quality, nothing of that sort. So that the technical aspect will run without glitches, I'm hoping. If something comes up, do let us know. We'll try our best on this end too. Okay, it's almost time, so I'll just go out, step out for a few minutes and um, check what's the condition of the participants, and maybe I will ask them to uh, seat themselves so that we may start the panel discussion. Okay. The others also to join. Now we will start within a few minutes. We don't need to wait for now. And also maybe ask the people in our lab. Now we are going to start the panel discussion. So if there are people who want to join, more than welcome to join now. I'll keep my water ready. Others are coming in. The participants, if there is anyone who wants to do the testimonials, then Midila is more than willing to take it. Maybe after the panel discussion, if you have some time before you leave, a short testimonial, because we are planning to do these posts on our social media so that we can tag you, or then you can also retweet or repost whatever it is. So we could have these nice snippets. And a lot of participants have been asking about the pictures. So I have spoken to the library personnel, Jitu. He told me that maybe by Monday, Tuesday, or sometime later the next week, he will do some drive, and then that will be probably shared. So he said that he will be. I'm not very sure, but he said there might be a possibility of sharing all the photos, not just the redone ones, the animated ones, not just that. Also, your name is Paulomi, right? Okay, your name is Paulomi, right? Okay. So yesterday, after Dr. Anisha Ghosh's presentation, or during the end of it, she had mentioned about a conference or workshop. So in the Miofauna conference, she is now distributing the pamphlets for it. Please help her with the distribution. She can pass it along so that she doesn't have to waste time distributing. This will happen in Kolkata, isn't it? Yeah. Anjali, do we have the participants here? Most of them are here. Can you also once check in on our research scholars? It would be nice to have greatest participation. Maybe send a text, or if Uday sir is also, I think, started. Yeah. I think we have all the participants, so there's no point in delaying. We can start. Okay. Good evening again. This is the last item or in the agenda for our workshop, and hopefully, this is going to be the most interesting, and also an item and a part of the workshop that will give us really good ideas to move forward with. We have with us a few panelists. The panelists, most of them have joined us online. They are members of the ECOP governing structure, and we have a few panelists from physically present here, two of them actually. And everyone is an ECOP, a part of the ECOP ECOP committee, except for one. We have Dr. Nidish with us. He is someone. He's a scientist working at INCOIS, and he is someone who had helped us, given his time to help us with the evaluation of the essay competition. I think I had previously mentioned that ECOP is organizing this. Essay competition where we asked for essay applications all over India, and he is one of the people, one of the panelists and one of the judges. Everyone else is an ECOP member who helped us, gave his valuable insights, and finally, now we have the winners. The results we already have. We will be announcing them. We were supposed to announce the results on 8th of June 2025, but it's a Sunday. So 9th of June, we are going to have an Ocean Day, World Ocean Day event at INCOIS. So now we will be giving out the names of the winners, announcing the winners during that workshop, and then we will post the names on the social media platforms of INCOIS and ECOP both. Today, the other the panelists who we have with us, of course, physically present, we have Avanti, who's been very helpful judging along with Abul Qasim the oral presentations and the flash talks. And online, we have Femi, we have Sunanda. So Sunanda is the co-lead for ECOP program, ECOP India focal node. There are two coordinators for the ECOP program, the national program. That's Sunanda and I. So she would have loved to be present here physically. Unfortunately, she was not able to. So now she's joining us online. We also have Shomidon Mondol. He is from IIT Delhi. He is also one of the panelists for the discussion that we will have moving forward. Munir is also present with us. Munir is a fisheries officer. You heard him speak. We also have Sudesh. I think Sudesh was supposed to join. I'm not sure if he has been able to join or not. And finally, we have Pooja. Pooja is not a panelist, but we are very happy to have her. She has been a part of she's helped us a lot in our activities previously, and we would love to hear her thoughts also. She's also a PhD student. Right now, she's in Germany though. So let's start with today's panel discussion. Today's discussion, I've structured it in a very easy flowing way. There are a few tasks that ECOP has done in the past 5 years, small activities, mainly not funded ones, to the best of our capabilities. But we hope that those are foundational activities which we can build on further over the next few years. I will be talking about the things that we have done and a few ideas or tweaks to those activities so that we can have more contribution from you all. We have a few needs. The ECO program right now has a few needs where we are looking for people who would give their ideas, their expertise, their manpower. And finally, the last thing that we will be doing is the outcome of this workshop. We are going to present it as a form of a concept paper or a perspective paper, which is the hardcore research scientific aspect of this as an outcome of this workshop. So we will be talking about that perspective paper. Maybe discuss a little bit about the structure, how to be, what is to be done, who could take up some responsibilities. This is the basic outline. Starting with the first point that I have mentioned is climate comics. Now, three ECOPs from our committee, Midila, Sunanda, and Ronnie, they had come up with this nice idea of doing climate comics for children. So Sunanda, would you please be able to briefly tell everyone what is climate comics and how this idea came about, and then what you were aiming to do with the climate comics? After that, Midila, can you please Midila, after Sunanda explains, can you please show them a small preview? Okay, I can just play it. So I will be able to play it after. Sunanda, please go ahead. Can we have your mic, please, on? I think, hello. No, I'm not able to. Can you please help me do that? How do you do that? See, I did this.
Okay.
Click there.
Yeah.
And that
Can you
should
hear
be-
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I miss being there. So that is one thing that I want to say, and I'm so happy that this workshop has been a huge success. Trishita has been working for so long for this. So and it's very nice to have a fruitful discussion right now. So basically, climate comics we started off in 2023, probably after the Ocean Day. So the idea behind the climate comics is just a conversation between two kids, Ponnu and Jaidu, who are talking about some basic aspects of climate in Malayalam. So we started off with what is the difference between weather and climate. And then I had this idea. So the first person I went, my go-to person is of course Mithila. So she told me that yes, I can make the illustrations. So she did the illustrations and it was so beautiful. I mean, I cannot, I don't even have words to say about how beautiful those illustrations are. And we had a huge reception for the climate comics. But due to our busy schedule, we could not go ahead after 4 episodes. So, but Mithila has been pestering me for quite a long time to write the dialogues, but I am not finding the right time to do it. But I will, of course, if everybody or every one of you are with us, then we would definitely want to go ahead with this. But this is the basic idea of climate comics. It's just a conversation between two kids, and they're talking about very basic aspects of climate. So that's all. Yeah.
Thank you, Sunanda. So I will play this. So at first it was developed as a comic, as in a written form, and then just because these are illustrations, it was then voiceover was then added, and then we
Yeah.
made this so that it could be easily shareable and freely shareable. So
Yes, yes.
I'll briefly play it for a few seconds, and I will come to the point why I am showing this. System audio, I think there is some issue. Midila, Midila, can you come? It was working when you were doing something. I don't want to. I'm bad at technical. So you can do that full screen, but sound, audio. Fuel is full. Stop sharing. Someone said to stop share. That's why. Oh. Maybe it will work. No, then switch it on. Okay, it's all right. I'll explain why. If someone wants, they can check it anyway. So the point I'm trying to make is that when we started off, we did not have funds, so we wanted to do things which are free of cost and which could be shareable. So as Nidhi, I think she mentioned during the workshop in one of the conversations was such that what if we have um, things, what if we have some ways where we could teach not just the children but also the parents, so that at a very grassroots level, what if we are able to teach or bring science to common citizens? The idea behind this climate comics was just that, and at that point they were only able to make it in Malayalam. So of course, as you can understand, that if we have in just one vernacular language, the reach is not high. The need of the moment that we have is we want to adapt it first to English and Hindi, and then maybe to as many possible regional languages. When I say adapt, I have to stress that it is not just a translation, because when we are adapting to different regions, we also probably might have to change the characters slightly, the names especially, because each region has its distinct characteristics where people relate. For example, the name itself, Punnu and Jedu, am I correct? Yeah, I think I'm correct. Okay. So even the names, the circumstances in which the climate comics was made is um, very relatable to Kerala. I am hoping, or we are hoping, that we could adapt it to different regions, make it their own, and bring out episodes of the climate comics. Keep the ideas same, maybe. That does not need to be changed. And we will give due credit to the people who started, whose brainchild it was. We will do that. And since ECOP already has a YouTube channel is rather easy to maintain, or even do, we can put out things. What if we have this entire series, one after the other, bringing out more and more seasons or episodes in different languages, so that since YouTube is free, children can go at any time. Even the parents can go at some time. It would be relevant to them as well as children. So they could watch something of this sort, and on a very basic scale, maybe they would be educated, so that science could be brought through simple conversations, and maybe slowly we could build up, make it more scientific, bring about some interesting conversations. The reason I'm saying that ECOP needs people to help us is because, of course, all the ECOP members don't speak all the languages of India. That's rather impossible. We are looking for people who would be willing to take up this sort of an activity. It's doable. Um, it's free, which is very important. When ECOP started, the biggest things that we wanted to achieve had to be free of cost, because even now we don't have money. Previously also we don't have funding. We only have to collaborate with other institutions to make workshops possible, or things possible which require resources. If there is anyone who has the expertise or ideas who could make something of this sort happen, we are more than happy to hear your ideas. Nidhi also had given this idea about a documentary. If you want to weigh in, please tell us what your ideas were, and then maybe others can also join.
First, I would like to ask how many have watched Lion King or Finding Nemo? So the thing is, it is not relevant to the small kids, but it is relevant to the youth or the people who is in the age gap of 30 to 45. So one day me and my sister was watching Lion King, and what I observed that like the discussion, like how lion mark their territory, how they protect their family, this has become the part of their discussion also, like in the age group of 30 to 45. So I want to create something like that, which is not relevant to small kids, but in an animated way, it is relevant to youth or people people of broader age group. So from that, I got the idea. Why not to create a conversational, a small documentary, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or maybe if we have more data, it can be for 1 hour, so that it becomes the topic of discussion or conversation over a coffee or a tea or something like that. So I posed this idea to her.
Thank you, Nidhi. Yeah, this is exactly what we have been discussing about. Right now we lack the people who would be able to either do it creatively, or also, in fact, people who have the time. Because when we started, we were in the beginning of our PhD, and now everyone is moving into a postdoctoral position. So time is also a big constraint. But we are hoping that people who are MSc students, or maybe your friends together, another thing I want to add is that obviously it is a big commitment in terms of time or energy, and a very basic idea that people might be thinking is, what do they get in return? So I understand if that's a question. So as far as incentivize incentivizing these activities are concerned, the only thing I could talk about is that giving credit. So, for example, when Midila, Sunanda, and Ronnie started this climate comics, it was there, it still is there. So, every time we share this work everywhere, uh, everyone makes sure that we mention their name at every platform globally, nationally, everywhere. And also, it's not just saying their names, we also have the credits are theirs. So you could probably use these platforms as a project of your own, maybe, as in uh, to showcase your work. And the benefit for us is that we will have a tangible project that we could probably bring to children wherever we are going, or if even we could circulate it amongst our own family members, uh, if they have time. We don't know how to, if we want them to watch TV, I would think watching climate comics on YouTube is a good alternative than watching TV. So the ultimate aim is that giving children and also adults maybe something good to watch, something worthwhile to watch, even if it is rudimentary. So please do not hesitate in being in your ideas. If you think that, if you're thinking that whatever is going on in your mind, it's not that great or not that good, don't hesitate in saying whatever your idea is. It could be built upon. We could be building and then maybe working towards something bigger and better. This is one of the things that we are in need of. We really need people who would be willing to shoulder the responsibility. So vernacular languages. If you have innovative ideas, if you want to take up a responsibility which is completely your own in terms of documentary or comics or cartoons, that would be amazing. But if you want to start and change from whatever is foundational here, that is also welcome. Also, if you are Malayali and if you want to collaborate with them, go ahead. The starting point was in Malayalam. I cannot read this, but others can. If you have ideas, Midila is the one who does all the illustrations for us, especially most of the illustrations, social media posts also you've seen. She's the one who is behind the creative mind behind the posts is she. So you can easily, she's very approachable, so you can easily talk to her, get her email ID. If anyone is interested, please talk to her. She's very responsive. We have been sharing our social media platforms, the way to connect to us many, many times. Please take this opportunity. If you have ideas of this sort, we would really like to have ideas. We would really like to have people who are willing to give us their expertise and energy and time. And I say this knowing full well that energy, expertise, and time giving is really precious. So you have to understand that we appreciate everything that you are able to give us. This was the first point that I wanted to talk about. If there is anyone else who would like to add to this point, go ahead, please. I would love to hear any aspect that I might have missed. Yes, go ahead, please.
KSSP, that stands for Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad, and I was a part of this when there was a Kerala Science Slam talk was going on in the last December. So this team, they are already well established in Kerala, and they are having a storybook for the students. It's called Eureka, and in that storybook, they are posting. They are like publishing, I think monthly. I'm not sure, and they're having this short stories, puzzles, games, everything. And here we're talking only about this climate change concept, right? So
Yes.
as far as this
For the time being.
Luca or KSSP concerned, they are concerned with, I think, the entire environment or the entire research scenario. They're like democratizing science to the common man. So if the readability is like any person, a common man without having any connection with science can understand. So as far as Kerala persons are concerned, it is well established in Kerala. And if we want to start something in other vernacular languages
Yes.
and English, that's a great opportunity. And this Luca team is already having this thing in Kerala. It's established. They are having storybooks for lower primary, upper primary, like segment wise. They are having like Shastragati, like that. They're having these magazines for other students, higher secondary, high school students as well. But we can, for us, in English, I think this will be a new initiative, so we can be collaborating with this.
That would be really, yes, Kerala does have a very well established foundation in this regard. And that's why Luca is quite famous in Kerala, I believe.
Yes,
That's why
yes,
they were
yes.
able to contact them, and this was
Yeah.
not a big deal. To make this happen was not a problem at all. But it would be really nice to have this sort of a foundation in other regions as well. Maybe there are people working in other regions, something similar. We don't know. If you know of this sort, also please make us aware. That will also be a good starting point. Yes, go ahead, please.
One more idea.
Yes.
When I was working in WWF, so there for education, what they do is like they gather the scientific knowledge from our research, and they collaborate with this civic games lab. This is in Delhi. So this lab, what they do, they convert the scientific knowledge into the board games, so that if they are going to some places and if they are kids, they tells the rule and they create kind of spread awareness through board games. So we can do that kind of thing also. Like it will be fun learning for kids of different ages. So they have bracket of like till 5 years, then 6 to 12, then 12 to 18, and then above 18. So in that sort of thing, we can do.
That is actually very nice. So we could think of things that may be easy to disseminate. Anything, if you have any sort of documentaries, or even if you have board games, if there is a online version, because the only reason I'm trying to shift all these ideas to an online version is so that we can easily spread it out. The information can be easily spread out. So I genuinely am asking people to come to us with concrete ideas. And when I say concrete ideas, another thing I have to explain is that please come to us with proper entire structures to the best of your abilities. There is a reason for it. For example, if someone comes to us and says that I want to do something or I want to contribute, but if that person does not have a very clear idea, very honestly, we probably don't have right now the time ourselves, because of our own research ability, commitments, that we will be only in a position to probably supervise or help. So building ideas from scratch right now, it is not going to be possible for us. All the members in our committee are now becoming senior researchers. So their commitment to science is now becoming more and more integral and more important, we are shifting there. So when you're coming to us, we really want this to happen, but please try and come to us with at least a proper draft. Well, I'm not saying bring something and then we'll not touch it at all, but something that might that is not very loose or very scattered. Something so that we can feel like, okay, there is potential in building this. You can come to any one of us. This is something I want to mention, that this entire ECOP structure is very close knit. So you can come to any one of the committee members. If you are not aware of who the committee member is, go to our ECOP ECOP Decade India. You will find out who we are. Our emails are also not very difficult to find. That is why we are sharing many times ways to connect with us. There is a WhatsApp community, by email, ECOP mails are there. So post something on social media, we'll check, we'll get back to you, something of this sort. If there is someone wanting to shoulder the responsibility, Nidhi, you really have good ideas. You've also spoken passionately about your ideas. So if you want to shoulder any responsibility of this sort, if there is anyone else who wants to adapt climate comics to their region specific aspects, go ahead, please come to us. We would be very happy to help you. And it would be an amazing opportunity for us to work together. Seriously, I mean it. I genuinely mean it. If I am again missing out something, feel free to, yes, please. Microphone, please.
May I know, do we have voiceover for this YouTube?
Yes, we have. I was not able to play it actually. Something, maybe I made a mistake. I don't know. We have a voiceover.
Voiceover. So in that case, maybe we can give subtitles in English.
Yes. Okay.
As per the voiceover, so that anyone can understand
Yes.
in any state, and they can actually easily translate into their language and put the subtitle again.
That is actually a very good
So
idea.
that is easily
spread among the states. That's one thing. And following your comments on Luca, maybe one idea could be to think of climate digest, a simple 4-page or 6-page digest that describe this kind of information, climate comic information in English that you can publish in your social media platform or in the web page where, or in the printed form, I don't know, anyone can access. So that also maybe because here we are presuming that YouTube is accessible to everyone.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Yes,
this is may not be the case.
Yes.
So if you can actually print a small 4-page climate digest, which is in a very simple comic way that anyone can access and distribute in the social media like say WhatsApp or any Instagram, I don't know, wherever it's possible. Recently, Uday, we saw status of Dr. Sheshu, one kind of a very simple comic 4-page books where one small kid explaining to someone else what is the monsoon, how it happens, or how we realize a monsoon onset happen. In very simple words, something like that. But that is a one example, but we can also think of other problems and compile it into a climate digest and publish it in once in 4 months, something like that, and upload.
That's actually a very good idea, especially yes.
He'll definitely go there. But this is one book I don't know how many of you know about the this was released by DRI and then by Department of Ocean Law. That time, instead of now it is Minister of it's called Department of Ocean Law. So that they have published it. We used to have a print copy of this in 3 languages: Telugu, Hindi, and then English. But of course, now all got exhausted. We used to give to school kids and they visit in quite small. But now print version is not there. PDF is there. So you again coming up with a lot of ideas. Maybe this itself can be used as a starting point to create small videos.
Nice. Okay.
So this is what it's better. You want you can still scan much better and view those things. It's in a very crisp way. It doesn't have much, but it has got all. It's just rolled on. Why it is important? How the ocean bottom observation, the current how people make solve. It is the biology of composition. So maybe some condensed version of this, and just think of making a small. This just gives about ocean.
Yes.
Then once we understand about ocean, maybe
we can
go to climate. Maybe say suddenly it's a big thing. So you understanding how impact may not be the immediate topic.
This is actually a very good idea because we struggle with script.
Exactly.
So if we have that, it would be yes. Go ahead.
We this time from the workshop we also have a lot of ideas and suggestions and how ECOPs can contribute, so this can also be simplified into in the child's language. So we now have a lot of material at the end of this workshop, so we can also convert that into comics and the climate digest, and each one who has participated and presented their work or their ideas, so that they will be credited as the contributor of the concept, and then it from there it can be developed as from with a graphic designer, somebody who's able to draw better. Mostly the biologists, they are really good at drawing, so
we do need people who are able to illustrate, we have a script, but obviously this script cannot be directly translated. You can obviously understand. So really people who have the enthusiasm, the proclivity to inclination to work on something of this sort, we really are looking for such people. And thank you, Nidish. You pointed out that YouTube is not really might not be accessible to a lot of people under such a circumstance. One aspect that he said about distribution is okay, we will be able to post it on our social media, but also if others have any ideas on how to make this work more accessible, more yes.
Shnita,
Yeah. Hi, I just want to bring another aspect.
Yes.
There is a journal called Frontiers for Young Minds,
Yes.
which
yes.
is for the kids. It's a completely free of cost channel. So
Mhm.
because we write a lot of scientific articles, right? And suppose if we get involved in making YouTube videos, that always do not give some credits. So why don't we bring this idea to collaborate and write scientific articles in a very much layman's language, and with those who have good skills in designing, they can make some good illustrative photos. So if you can go to the screen of Frontier for Young Minds, there you can see how nicely they articulate the articles. So I think that is one of the best way we can showcase our science to the world for the kids. So this journal basically runs by the kids, mostly by the high school students.
Okay.
But this is free. Frontier journals are not free, but this is free. There is no APC involved. And this is also citable. So you can get the credit for this one.
Yes. So this is also one more avenue that people who are willing to contribute, they can explore. Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to add something. Recently, this NCPR has launched their comic book through their website. So even we can also try something like that, so that our ECOP also getting some attention, or ECOP also has will get some face in the in among the researchers. So there's more people in research can come and contribute. So something like that, even in vernacular language, or even in English, we can launch something which is brief, or whatever the idea is, through our website.
Through ECOP, you're talking about ECOP website,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yes. Okay.
of course. So more people in research also, they are also aware that we are doing it, so that they can also contribute.
Hello, Krishnada, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Femi.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there are a lot of nice ideas when we came up with the comics, because I'm earlier when Sunanda, Ronnie, and Mithila started it, at that time I was telling Sunanda I'm really interested because I wanted to have a polar version for this comic. So I think I'm not very good with the animations or drawing or something like that, but dialogues wise, I think I'm working on something of that sort. Probably I can also contribute in that way. And
Nice.
like the last person, I don't know her name, she pointed out NCPR has a nice, very nice comic series on one student going to the NCPR Institute, meeting the director, asking very simple, basic questions about polar, what is this happening in Antarctica and Arctic and all that. So I think I can share with you the full version. It's also available in the NCPR site. So that's kind of a good model. And this Frontiers for Young Minds also bringing that point thanks to the participant. So that's also a really nice platform for us to, I think, start working on. And probably we can have also something like pocket guides to kids about on climate, something like carbon dioxide, how to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, something like that. So a pocket guide to how to cut on our emissions or something, everyone can contribute, and finally we can make it like a small book which can be published, meaning online published. So something of that sort also can be considered when we are talking about it. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
When we are talking about videos or comics who publish it, we are still targeting a certain audience who is searching for it or
Yes.
comes across it. But if we try to publish it in newspapers, because lots of newspapers still have a Sudoku or a comic column or a page dedicated to it. So if we try to publish it there, it will reach people more organically, and people who are not interested also might be interested in it if we make it in a story format, and it will reach a lot of people.
Thank you. Do you want to add to it?
Yeah, certainly correct. Only
It's a very good point raised by both of you. Thank you. Yes.
told by. So tote bags are many manufacturing companies are going for paper bag and tote bag, which will be going. So if we can make a one poster thing which they can print, of course they are printing say words.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
rather than say words, just one single poster about the story, which has 4 5 minutes. That's it. Every aunt, every mother will be using that. The children.
Men also.
Yeah, men.
Tote bags are also used by men. Yeah, no, yeah.
So, I will directly.
That's a very, very good idea. The monetary aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
any company, I guess, will be ready to print. Yeah, as it is coming from a government initiative, so it is. Yeah, we can give.
Yeah, it's actually a really good idea. This could be one of the really good tangible. He is a business mind,
No, when he says,
but nice.
I just have, when you go to hotel with the family, they were like, we solve. Even
Right.
now there are a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Unrelated section there and.
Nice actually.
And you need when they serve food to anybody, let these papers be put there.
Nice. So the building on the idea that we have to reach them. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that. If anyone has other such ideas, really innovative ideas, yeah, this tote bag thing is actually we will try to. I will try to talk to people. Nice.
They just need the
That is, yeah, content is rather easy for us to build. That bridging the gap is more difficult. Okay. Yeah, we will contact you.
Comic strips on merchandise.
Nice idea.
Yeah, let's make it part of
that's
pop
fine.
culture. Yes.
Go ahead. I think I heard someone. Yes. Yeah, what you said is correct, but the major point that they raised is more relevant because even with this, already inquires in many other institutions are trying to get people to subscribe to a lot of things. Right now itself, this is a 72-seater. Yeah. So, but in that case, the point that they made is actually very relevant. That is one way to, yeah, that is also one of the, we are doing some and we could continue on that front and maybe also get ideas like this, which is really innovative. Of course, both these ideas are good, but maybe I am getting very excited because I had really not thought in this way. And so really thank you for bringing this perspective to our forefront. Is there any, yes. Oh, this one. Okay, this is a problem. So all the participants, when you're speaking, please use your microphones and please try to be a bit loud because the online participants are not always able to hear this. Yeah, you have to be a bit conscious about this. Try to be a bit loud also, not just use the microphone, but also be a bit loud. Is there anyone else who would like to add? Otherwise, go ahead. Let's start with Nidhi, then Prem Kumar, then we'll come to you.
So I just came across this idea, like areas where there is waiting areas, for example, airport, railways, or shopping malls, or Hamley stores. There we can put some games or like some physical kind of thing where like the kids are waiting, they don't have anything to do, so they just scroll YouTube videos. So instead of using mobiles, they can use that free time or this waiting time to explore something innovative which is being installed in such areas.
I am sorry, I didn't actually, I think I missed the point I
Yeah.
missed. I didn't
So
understand.
what I understood, that comes as the second part after we have some capital.
Yeah, that we need control.
Yeah. It's the second
Yeah,
stage.
right now, because as I have been saying, we have zero money, zero paisa, not even go to rupees. We are able to do these kind of activities only because we have the support of institutions, our individual efforts and our individual institutions. Of course, we will continue to have this these institutional support, but then again, not always possible. So things that are innovative and low cost or no cost is the way to go for.
At this stage.
At this stage, yeah, we are
Her
trying
idea
to.
is really good.
Yeah.
That airport is a huge place for marketing.
Actually, I am very sorry, but I did not understand the idea. I think I missed it. Could someone please explain to me again?
You can, or should I just summarize? Yeah, in TLDR, it's she has suggested that this idea of comic strips and everything, that there will be a kiosk or something like that where the kids, they will come, like Hamleys airport store, they can just see, or they can look at it, maybe posters or advertisements. Am I right?
Some kind of engaging activities,
Okay,
like
I
the
understood now.
games kind of thing which are installed there. So there is, I don't remember the place, but I remember I went to a store. So me and my friends were exploring, but I came across a scramble there. So I started playing that, and my friends were exploring that. So these kinds of things can be incorporated where kids enjoy or explore, experiment things with it.
That's for after we have some investments. Once we have some investors, then we can utilize that to build such kiosks or interactive games or something.
Yes, Prem Kumar, go ahead.
So, as we have so many ideas and so many thoughts are there, but I feel there is some missing, is like there is some structure is missing over here. Structure in the sense,
okay,
ECOP is there. There are a lot of people are here. We are having a lot of ideas.
Yes.
But there should be some structure that some groups are into the social media, some are into the content creation.
You mean for within the ECOP committee? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So that I have been into the Oceanographic Society. There is some organizations
OSI, yes.
where I'm into the social media team. So I will be helping others to give the content, but I will be focusing on social media where I'm good at. So here also a lot of people good at something. So we can create some kind of structure and we can put people over there so they know who is there. There will be like, as so many seniors are here, you will be leading. Under you or with you, there will be some 7, 8 people working on creating content, some people on social media, some people writings. So if we give the
Understood.
structure, they will know like who are the teams. So I don't want to worry about who will be writing. I can give to the lead.
Right.
So they can convey that it will be like very structured. Otherwise, we were scattered, like we got so many ideas, but who will be leading, who will be continuing next to me, that confusion. So structure is
Yeah.
something missing here.
So you are right. As of now, we don't have a structure. We have been. This is Munza's idea. He was the one who first brought this up in our internal meetings. That he has a simple idea of whatever you said. That maybe each university or each institute has a focal point, and we might be able to contact with them on a regular basis, and we might be able to get reports from them or give them the autonomy to do activities or something of this sort. This structure we are actually right now working on. We don't have it. We are trying our best. So for the time being, just so that the ideas that we have now discussed does not get diluted, the stopgap solution to this problem right now is that contact any one of us. Okay, no problem. Contact any one of us for the time being, just because we are all very well connected within ourselves. We might be able to connect you with whoever we know is the best within ourselves. And it is right, you are very right. We are trying to build that structure. We have not been able to. Maybe by the end of this year, we will have a more full-fledged structure, especially with more activities that we do. We ourselves would become more equipped to do this. We are still in a very nascent stage. Yes.
One more point.
Yes.
So individuals have their own interest to
Interest,
do
yes.
develop all these things. And there should be like common ECOP should be doing. These are the activities ECOP should be doing on this years. There should be some target.
Yes.
So individual interest can be given into that. So that can be done. Like there should be a structure, and ECOP having this will be done on this years.
Yeah, like
and
targets you mean
exactly.
to say, right? Okay.
Target in the sense like this kind of content, and basically 1 year this much content. So something we have to be done as a ECOP, and individual's contribution is separate. So that will be like more easy, and we will be like moving towards on one way. It's not like too much scary.
Yeah. That's yeah.
it.
We'll
2
try.
point.
Thank you. Someone from here wanted to add, please go ahead.
I'll just add up to her point.
Yeah.
Basically, I come from Maharashtra
Hmm.
and we have a newspaper called Sakar.
Okay.
In that, what they does, like from my childhood, I see they have a booklet, small booklet, and it is only for school kids.
Okay.
Even parents can do the help that.
Yes.
In that, they used to always post all these things. We are now talking.
Hmm.
This is basically a newspaper of 5 rupees that everyone can afford.
Nice. Okay.
So
Actually.
in that, like now we can see in IMD, I think Sanup, the scientist, Taka Sanup, he have started that monsoon pictures.
Okay.
So that kind of if by government institute we approach to the newspaper dealers or the agencies, and if we say that during the holidays time, like in summer holidays or Diwali holidays, if they could help us to give some page of that booklet,
Nice.
so we can help the kids. That is something I would like to add.
That's very nice. So if you have contacts in that, then go ahead, make the connections and let us know. We would love to provide our own content. If you have any content, that also we are more than willing to support. And just so that we can spread the word, it would be really nice. Yes, go ahead, Prashant.
So I just want to bring another perspective. What I feel by these 2 days workshop is, without any funding, it is very difficult to continue these activities.
True. Big activities are
So
difficult.
we must explore where we can get fund.
Yes,
So in
one of the
India to
points.
conduct this kind of workshop, I think there are 2 prominent agencies. One is ANRF, Anushandhan National Research Foundation, and another one is Ministry of Earth Sciences. So both of these organizations, they give grant or fund for conducting workshops, and specifically if it is for ECOPs or early career ocean professionals. I am very much confident that definitely they will fund. So why don't we explore such avenues, and in that we keep one component for communication.
Right. Okay.
Because if you want to print some pamphlet,
Yes.
that cost involved, right?
True.
So
We don't have money.
that way, I think we can generate some grant or fund for this society, or however you want to identify it.
Yes.
So I think that way also we can expand.
Right.
So I think we can explore that possibility.
So when we are also thinking about making our committee more structured, the program itself more structured, we probably will also try to get some people who would be dedicated who would dedicatedly promote or look for funding opportunities.
Yes,
That
yes,
is also
yes.
something
So
in the near future we have
yes,
to look
this
for.
has to be happen with the collaboration between the institutes.
Yes.
Right. Suppose being in SRM University, if I want to organize this ECOP, if I cannot ask 100% funding from my university,
yes,
some funding if I can bring from outside, then maybe our university will be very happy to host. So that is what I want to point it out.
This is something that the online participants who are a part of the committee should make note, because more than the participants here, probably we are in a position to make those collaborations. We can strengthen those collaborations or make it happen at least, and something really we should consider.
Yes. So what I suggest is, I think we need to involve some senior persons also in this. Because if you want to apply for a grant in India, you need to have someone who has a regular position.
The entire point of ECOP is early career ocean
Of course, I
professional.
agree with that. But if you want to generate some fund, so there should be someone who will take the responsibility to hold the fund. Like as a being a SRF or JRF, they cannot apply for government fund.
True that, but we postdoctoral fellows are here for that very reason. We have a good scientific standing,
No,
so
no,
people
no,
listen to us.
you are
So
not
we
getting,
have the.
You are not getting my point.
Sorry, then please.
If you go to the NRF websites or MOES website, if you look into the funding opportunities, there it is strictly mentioned that those who are applying for a funding should be in a regular position.
Okay.
So we can identify some ECers, those who are in the bracket of 35 to 40 years in a regular position. We can involve them.
Okay. Okay.
So
actually,
it's easy to then apply for grants.
That too, I now I understand your point. And in the ECOP committee itself, we have people who are permanent. Yeah.
So we
so
can
they
approach them
should
to
be
apply
yes. So Shamiran, there is work for you. Sudesh, there is work for you. If you are available online, Munir, we have work for you. So that whoever we have, they should be able to take up these these jobs, these responsibilities, and then the rest of us can follow suit. Yes, true.
We have groups, working groups, one for communication and outreach, for social media, and one for who will go for fund acquisition.
Yes, yes. Please note that down. Okay, so Sunanda wanted to share this. Go ahead, please. Sunanda, if you can hear me, you wanted to share this and you wanted to make a point. Go ahead, please. If you are online, please.
Yeah, so I completely agree with this point that we need this funding can be approached, funding opportunities can be approached only by the permanent employees there. So we do have in our governing structure itself, we do have a lot of permanent employees. So they can help us with the approaching the funding people. So that can be done. But apart from that, basically the early career ocean professional group is focused on the early career people. But of course, I do understand the funding problems. So for that, we definitely need the help of the big scientists and everybody. And also people like us who are doing postdoc right now can also help in generating funds. We can also do that.
This polar science is a peek into NCPUR. Was it Femi who wanted to share this? Did I make a mistake?
Sunanda.
I actually shared it in our WhatsApp group, and I think
WhatsApp group,
Sunanda has
yeah.
shared.
But I don't know how to share it in this chat. I'm also searching for quite a long time.
Okay,
Do you want me to share it?
She wanted to share it so that this is one of the points that she made, that we can check it out and maybe use this as a baseline for converting.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's we already got it. Yeah. No, it's there. It's there. We'll get it. Yeah, because I want to go ahead in the next point in our panel discussion. We got it, so we can move ahead. The I wanted to also make a distinction between ECOP-led activities and ECOPs presenting in workshop. So this is one thing I want to talk about, probably, especially for people who want to know what works ECOP do. So the idea is not about hogging contribution. That is not the idea. However, when there are workshops or conferences, scientific workshops or conferences that are organized, and we are asked to present our work, we are going as we will be presenting our work in our own scientific capacity. So when we are presenting our scientific work and at the end of our discussion adding 5 or 6 lines about ECOP activity is not a good practice. So this is something I wanted to highlight. We have to concentrate on activities that are ECOP led, and that distinction has to be clear. The distinction has to be clear because when we are doing activities which are ECOP led, we are trying to train ourselves to bring science to the common people. The way we talk, the way that information is disseminated is different. And that is probably a different kind of training, which as scientists we need to learn. We cannot bring that generalization in our scientific talks. That would be inaccurate, that would be informal, that is not something encouraged. So this is a question for the panel members. How do we continue to distinguish that? Sometimes the lines are blurred, and we have to make sure that we have a clear definition of what are ECOP-led activities. So the committee members, the people who are joining us from online, also the members who are here, maybe if you could help us identify, give us guidelines, maybe have a discussion on how to make this distinction clear, that would be a good, maybe brushing up our ideas. That would be quite nice. Anyone?
Trishmita?
Yes, go ahead, Femi.
So, like I think the one of the participant has already mentioned that we need to have a proper structure. Maybe we can come up with a plan for this particular year for the ECOP India. What all activities? Maybe in another few discussions we can have. What all different activities we can have, and maybe we also can have some collaborations. Like we already have some different like a association of fisheries graduates, then literacy program. So some collaborations are all also there. So maybe contacting the universities or if you're conducting some activity by one of the ECOP member, the core member, or whoever is in the group in their particular university or college, or maybe we can have a webinar. So those sort of things can be considered to be the ECOP led activities. And such, if we have like few activities already, planned and worked out, like now we have this workshop already done. So probably maybe when we present it as an ECOP-led activity presentation, we can include these are the set of works that we have already completed, and we are also planning to have so and so. So I think that has to come rather than we presenting our own research work and finally saying, like you said, yeah, that's actually correct. So yeah.
Thank you. So the way to go would be to make it more structured, and then we could have a clear distinction between the activities that we lead and segregating them from our own research activities. Okay, that's a very good point.
Yeah, and also maybe we can have some collaborations, like if one of the ECOP member, like the core member, or if they are giving a presentation somewhere, maybe they can ask whether ECOP also want to be part of this program. There is a webinar happening, like in association with the AFG, if ECOP can have a program, or in association with our college, you can have a program. So in that way, these are all kind of like some, not a direct ECOP program, but then ECOP can also be part of it, because if one or two ECOP members are taking part in that, probably we can, suggesting about what are the activities that we are planning to do and what is our objective. That would be nice. Those can be the secondary, activities of the ECOP. So,
right. Okay. So structure. Go ahead, sir.
I can say ECOP-led activities already well articulated. ECOP presenting workshop. What I feel is like you have no role there unless until the workshop, people who are running the workshop designates a separate session for ECOP. It's only just whether you're ECOP or a normal researcher presenting there, it doesn't make a difference. But I think just to add one point, maybe you can search for major conferences or workshops. As a ECOP, you can ask them a separate theme for ECOP. So that, like, especially only ECOP will come there and present. That will be, I see ECOP mingling with like bigger scientific people may not be some people might be timid to present in the presence of big people because they're still in the early stages of their careers. But if you have a special session for ECOPs alone, then people are like fearless, they come and present because they all know that everybody who are presenting there is on ECOP. So maybe just think of possibilities. It may not happen with all conferences, but wherever there's a possibility, you can ask for one specialized theme for ECOPs alone, and then make sure that all the abstracts received for the theme is only from the ECOP depend.
Okay, that is one way to collaborate at the same time contribute meaningfully. Okay. So talking about collaboration, this is one very important point that I want to raise. We don't really have a lot of time, so I want to brush quickly. Yes, go ahead.
I want to continue with what he suggested. As I understand, INCOIS is organizing one international conference in December, right?
Yes, Midila had this idea.
So why don't we organize a satellite event for the ECOP, where we only allow ECOP personnel or young people to come and present their work?
In fact, yesterday we discussed this point and we said like we will immediately take it up to the IOSA conference organizers and ask for a special team for
yes.
to have ECOP.
So this will really give a big platform for the ECOP.
Things with INCOIS has always been supportive of everything that we've proposed. Yeah, we did this for OSICON 2023.
Yeah.
That was our first event, not ECOP led, as in not completely on its own, but actually first event, big event of ECOPs was the ECOP session completely as a parallel session, again at INCOIS. Okay, so talking about collaborations, one very important point I want to discuss is that in our WhatsApp group, Ranjan Kumar Sahu, he is a research fellow working in NIO, he put up this point that India does not have something that's a unified platform for posting job notifications or workshop notifications, mainly notifications, one unified platform, which if we subscribe to that, everyone who is an Indian would be benefited. So similar to MedJobs or Climalist. For postdoctoral research fellows, MedJobs and Climalist is a boon. Personally speaking, it is a huge benefit for all of us. So if we have something of this sort for India, that would be a very good thing. There are two aspects to it. One is Ranjan himself has been, he had this idea. What if at first he had this idea of making a website for it and maybe starting it completely from scratch. However, yesterday during Femi's presentation, I saw ECSN when he was talking about ECSN activities and other things. In the last page where he had talked about connect with us, he had written join our mailing list. So yesterday I had this idea. ECSN is already a platform where there are many permanent scientists working. They already have good collaborations, strong collaborations with good Indian institutes. Their structure is right now better than ours in terms of government reach. So I don't know if this is a good idea or not. What if we utilize their mailing list to make it into this unified platform where we could maybe ask every single Indian institute, big or small, remote or famous, whatever, to start posting, and the entire information would be in one platform. So at first Ranjan did put in some effort, and he had this very rudimentary structure where he made a website with columns where workshop is one separate column. He did put in that effort, and he was also willing to take up this completely voluntary. He was supposed to join us today to talk about his this idea. I don't want to dilute that idea, but at the same time, yesterday when I saw ECSN, knowing full well what their capacity is in this particular case, I would think, I want to hear people's perspective on it. Yes, go ahead.
It's a network of early career scientists, and we are early career ocean professionals.
Correct.
We can always have our exclusive section of exclusive mailing jobs mailed specially for ECOPs, because early career.
True that, but this distinction, even if we want to make this distinction, it would become more difficult for all the institutes to post. So we want to, since we want this information is best beneficial to us, we want to make people posting in this list, posting here easier, so that they don't have to think or make distinction who they are posting for. Maybe my perspective is crooked. Please go ahead. Give me ideas.
There is a website called SCI ROI. Yeah, if you can type, you can find it SCI-ROI.
SCI-ROI.
Yes.
Okay.
So what
Global,
they
right?
does, it is a US based Indian community. What they does is they simply do reverse brain drain. So they provide opportunities for the postdocs, those who are in abroad, to provide research or academic opportunities in India. So we can create similar platform, or we can collaborate with them, because they have a very big reach, and all the universities, they advertise there.
So Indian universities advertise that. That's what you're saying?
The website, you
Okay, nice.
You can find it out.
Okay. So we could maybe check either of these. Something that already has a good
thing is that it is not free. They charge a small amount.
Then I'm not going to.
So we can create similar thing which is free.
Again, my point is, do we need to create or something that we already have a good foundation? Why not collaborate? Because again, we do not probably have the expertise to build something from scratch. This is again one major.
Maybe we can discuss with them to collaborate.
Yes. So if people who have we could bring this. Do you think, Uday sir, this would be a good idea? Or they would be willing to, or in fact, in India, do you think this sort of a big collaboration will be possible? This sort of a
So if you
unified
go to
platform?
this website inside,
Okay.
I mean, these are all new things that are coming.
yeah, if you click on this website, you can see what are the universities they advertise.
But this is paid.
All the
Even if it is
IITs,
very
yeah,
good,
it is
the moment
small
things
amount
become paid, we have constraints. So I am not very enthusiastic about looking at any avenue that is paid. We already know our limitations. It's
No, but they don't charge to the society.
Who do they charge to?
They charge to the person who is willing to give interviews or to the candidate.
People are unemployed. They are looking for jobs. Why will they want to pay? We have subscribed to Med Jobs and Climaris just because it's free. It's very easy. We are getting information right into our mailbox. It's so easy and extremely beneficial. So yeah,
Anyway,
shortest
we
route
can
is.
inspire with them if it is possible to have.
So with at least with ECSN, we could maybe ask for a possible um, and maybe look if all the Indian universities, institutes, maybe at the beginning we might not be able to get this big reach, but if this works out, eventually it might become. But again, my one question, if I'm missing out any perspective, please do help me understand. Is it a good idea to collaborate with something like ECSN, or do you think it would be better to start something from scratch, even if it is difficult, even if it is laborsome, cumbersome, or whatever? Any ideas, any perspectives
First
on
open communication with them, see what
with ECSN?
what
Okay.
there will from the discussion there will stem conditions or anything that which might not suit our
Yes,
our
that was
stance.
okay.
So then we can
Let's
have the
try
option
and
to
then
back out and do it on our own.
correct. Okay, so
But
let's
if
try once and then
yeah, so
okay.
if they're welcoming, then we would what I would suggest is to have a that oceanography or marine jobs be a keyword, because once you search on Google ocean jobs, marine jobs, all they
Yeah, yeah.
redirected to marine engineering jobs, sea jobs, at sea jobs.
Yeah.
So that's not what we are looking at.
Mhm.
So that's something so that it becomes very keyword rich and search friendly. So maybe here ECSN and a section of it, subdivision of it becoming ECOP, ideally, can give us a lot of visibility and traction.
Okay, that is okay. If possible, Avanti, note this point down, then I will not note that. Okay. Okay, another very important, we will finish up this panel discussion with two points lastly. One is any ideas about what could be the structure or the model of the next activity? By structure or model, what I mean to say is that now we already have a structure for a workshop. So we can replicate this workshop. Apart from workshop, does anyone have any other innovative idea for another activity which is not this sort of a scientific activity, something innovative? I'm not very sure if I'm able to explain my question or not. If someone gets a handle of my question, then maybe they could elaborate this point for others to better understand. Go ahead. Louder, please.
Yeah, you have a little.
Okay.
All these dance or
Right.
right,
No, not.
mix.
Yeah, okay.
So to give them topics.
Okay.
Can you just start working? That will create awareness around those non-science background directly in their science.
Okay, understood. Art college, yeah. They have the expertise to it. You're right. Yeah.
You just have to give them the content that you have to just take your formats, any format. The only idea which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
is to- and I don't think there will be a lot of work from your end.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should just be mentors for them for
That's
one
true.
event. And even if they can add that in their curriculum, their annual day or any one stage performance.
Yeah. That is also a very good idea. Thank you. We have to put in that effort to go, but that's doable. That's not a difficult thing at all. Yeah. Maybe even if we have a parallel session in this, maybe again, this I don't know. in this the December conference, we could ask them to. Yeah, that is also a possibility. We could talk about this. Yeah. Wow. Nice. Okay. This is going well. Okay. Or at least I'm thinking so. Anyway.
As ECOPs, always like people are the last semester and then face that thing, then you can tell it because actually you think part of us, and then say you can go with a registration form or a QR code. So part of it. Not everybody get a chance to even get this mail to them, and then they participate in ECOP. Many people still in dark. So it would be nice. Go to the university department where concerned marine department and say like the job the development activity, all that, make them aware, so that your database of working place. That can be a next activity. It can be like March, first week, last Saturday of March, where there are or I mean the beginning of the year, or some, make one particular day of the year and then go on.
Yes, go ahead. Nice. That could also do.
So I wanted to add,
Yes.
we one of each member can act as an institutional ambassador. So
Yes, the structure that yes, yes.
so that they'll spread the information about ECOPS to every students so that it is reaching them. We should make sure that it's reaching them.
Yeah. Loud Munzile into the mic. Yeah, this is actually we are going to be able to we will talk about it at least internally first in the meeting in our meetings, and then this is something that Munzil has been very vocal about. We will try to come up with a structure. Also makes a lot more sense.
So I just want to add one thing. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Maybe crazy. You can just designate a particular day in the year as a ECOP day.
Oh, nice.
You can decide it.
Nice.
Okay. And then make it a ECOP India Day or something like that, or ECOP Day. And then make sure that that day your WhatsApp status, everything you put that as a ECOP. You can say like join the ECOP course or something like that, and just create something. And then that status can be posted that all people can join.
Yeah.
I just want to add on that.
Yes.
At SRM University AP, in Environmental Science Department, we have two specific program. One is Eco Talk, and another one is Talk by an Expert. So in that, I think ECOP can be involved, and we can invite people, those who really wanted to interact with the students, maybe virtually also possible. So that way also ECOP message can be spread among the students.
Yeah, okay. With this, I think we can now close the panel discussion because we had a few more things to talk about, but now the time is really running out and we have a few more important things to do. For example, distribute prizes, some closing remarks. One thing very important. Oh, yes. Another important thing is that Midila is really ready to take testimonials. So let's do something very small. If possible, give her your videos as snippets. Let her take the videos and maybe try to pledge something. A thing similar to what Femi in her presentation had said, that they had done a pledge wall. Take something very simple. If it is possible, just pledge that you will for 1 year not use not use straws. Maybe I don't know. Whatever is, or any idea that you have, give us a small snippet. We really want to hear from you. We want to make those videos and we want to post it on our social media. So after it is going to take not more than 5 minutes. Give us that amount of your time. Midla will do that, and let's have these snippets. Second thing is, please also fill up the survey forms, the Google forms. We have not yet received many. I think how many have we received? 5. Okay, 11. So 11 more. So the Google form. So 11 more to go. The others, please fill it up. It is very important and necessary. We really want to know what you are thinking, good or bad. Please let us know. Two things important. And now I think these are the most important things that we had to discuss. Of course, there will be an important outcome of, we will try to do a concept paper out of this workshop. I want to discuss that, but we are really, we've shot long enough, so I will not keep you waiting. Let's directly go on to the prize distribution. Before the prize distribution, we have with us Nidish. I would, yes, he's very scared. Why am I again calling him? But we want to we want to present you a small token of our appreciation for the time, for the effort and the expertise that you have given us. He was one of the judges who helped us evaluate the essay competition, the results of which will be declared soon enough. And I request Uday sir to please present the memento as a token of our appreciation to Nidish. One second. Need to take one thing. Continuously, someone is calling me. I don't know.
Yeah, very good. I'm very happy that you Sir, economy.
This one.
Please come in.
Yes. Thank you, Nidish, again. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd now like to request Avanti to please help us with the prize distributions. Let's announce the winners one by one. You can use a hand. You can do it. Whatever is comfortable for you.
Whoever is the youngest ECOP? Youngest.
Youngest ECOP.
Anybody can correct saying I'm youngest. What is there? Yeah. You come. You should be handing over the prize unless until you are getting it.
That I don't know actually. I have not checked the list of the winners.
You can,
Go ahead, come on stage, please.
Come, no problem. You will be giving the token.
First flash topic. First one.
No, come to
First flash with Ora gift picture.
After careful considerations and lot of scoring and hair pulling, Abul and I had come to some conclusions. So I'm going to start from the second runner-up of Flash Talk and then go up to who's the winner. So the second runner-up is Nidhi Agarwal.
She is the youngest ECOP. We were asking her to give away presents. Give away the prizes.
Her idea of an application to track coral bleaching was really innovative, and let's see if that is something that can be materialized in the near future. So our first runner-up is Ansi Stoy for her demonstration of a innovative and a new type of Sechi disc, which is more colorful than our traditional Sechi disc, which is just black and white, but now its color coding is there. And to call upon the winner, it would be Dr. Sneha Jha. Who suggested that there be a very constructive module of ECOPs and the departments and experts to carry on with our climate activities. We head on to the oral presentation winners. For second runner-up, may I call upon Pavni Darapureddy. Our first runner-up for the oral PPT is B. Gautami. And finally, for the winner of the oral PPT at the COPS workshop is Vasantan K. To find carcinoma in fishes is really challenging, and he's doing that work.
Come, let's have a nice photo together. You also join, please. Go ahead. There'll be a nice photo.
That's a really great scientific ethic. It's very appreciable. We should give him an applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Uday sir for closing remarks.
I mean, very late in the evening. Hopefully, none of you are having any trains, flights, or buses to catch in the night. Oh, that's nice. Doesn't mean that I'm going to lecture you for another hour or something like that. It's just closing remarks. Short and sweet is what I can say about this workshop. So we generally have a week long, and then I'm seen here on Monday, and then I'm seen here on Friday. But today I'm made to be seen on both Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, I'm very happy. I missed a few of the talks that you all made because of some commitments with director, but that's okay. I had discussions with certain people during tea time and all. I was impressed, and then I felt very bad that I missed. I'm going to follow up after this sessions again, still trying to get some information from those people. And I feel you all had a wonderful session. And then as we discussed, this is the first ECOP. So we didn't know what exactly to put, but we poured in some ideas and then tried to create some structure to it. Because we got mail saying, is it mandatory that we should submit an abstract? We said like not required. But at the same time, if everybody says not required, then we don't know what to do coming and sitting over here. But then thanks to all those who had taken some time, created some very good abstracts and then submitted, we could really chip in. But we really miss those people who could not come here. But at the same time, I feel bad that like, we have, as I said, 10% of total participants we shortlisted, but among them, again, we see almost like 4% of the people missing. So we have ideally given the chance to those people who are eagerly waiting for the chance, because even yesterday we got some emails saying like, no, I'm from Northeast. I could not get a train because train journey is very difficult from here. I had to come to Delhi from there. I had to catch a train. So those kind of people, you can see the amount of enthusiasm that is there with those people. But we really have not given chance to them, and we given chance to somebody, and then they missed out. So what I want to say, like, in case you're really sure that you're coming, please make sure that you are applying. But if not, we're going to give chance to other people. But we have got a mechanism where if once we give a chance, we don't immediately give chance to the people, but thanks to certain people like you and all, we keep repeating them and all that. Okay, so we'll make sure that we'll have a fresh set of people, because now you are no more trainee, you're going to be a trainer. So we're going to call you in place of those people who are given those lead talks. So get ready for that, and have a safe trip back, and hope you have filled in the feedback forms, both positive and then anything that you want us to improve. And in terms of negatives, we are very happy. We're going to improve those kind of things. But don't hesitate to even write back to us when you go back in anything you wanted to convey to us and all that. And then ideas who have volunteered, please. I know like how much it is really like, and these are all, I should not say, but this are all non-paid jobs. But like we should really, out of passion only, we'll be doing this. So continue the passion, and then anything you want to convey back to us, ask us, or take any of us from the inquest as a mentors for any future things and all. We'll be very, very happy to collaborate with you all people. And then by associating yourself, we call ourselves as also ECOPs, because I don't fit the definition of ECOP, but still I'm very happy to be part of the ECOPs. So let us continue this collaboration, cooperation, and networking in future also. And then we are thinking of making this an annual affair. So you can consider this as one of the forums where you can all meet. Okay, we'll try to put aside some funds, and then as much as possible, we'll try to make sure that everybody gets funded partially for those people who can really fund themselves. If not, we'll make sure that you'll all be funded to the extent possible. And then we'll keep seeing new faces. And then I wish and pray that ECOP grows leaps and bounds. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. With the closing remarks, I really want to thank a few people before we end the session. I'll keep it really short. I want to first thank the Director Inquest, Bala sir, who has been very supportive of our activities, who's been very understanding of our situations. Uday sir, of course, I cannot thank him enough for the amount of guidance that he has given us. Tarunya and Pragya, they have helped us. Tarunya especially, she has been extremely helpful to me, replying to me with I have come to her with weird questions at weird times of the day, and she has helped me. She's been very patient with me, so really genuinely thank you for that. The entire workshop would not have been possible without her sending continuous emails left, right, and center, and helping me with the many times that I have messed up. So thank you to her. From Inquest, we've had Munzil and Midila, who've supported me immensely in organizational capacity. Of course, all the speakers, all the other committee members, who they have also supported me with help with this workshop in terms of expertise, in terms of time. Thank you for the participants. Thank you for putting in the effort with your abstracts, with your brilliant ideas. Some of the ideas, genuinely, I am very interested. Thank you for putting forth, giving me perspectives that I did not know could exist. So thank you for those. And finally, admin finances in the resources that we've banked on from Inquest. Thank you for providing, for being a host and providing the resources. If I have missed out anyone, I'm really sorry. But thank you everyone who've been directly and indirectly involved in making this workshop a huge success. In my mind, it is a huge success, but I'm really relying on your feedback forms and the testimonials. I am repeating, it is very easy to forget, but please, it would be really nice to have your testimonials and the feedback forms, both for ITCU and the workshop. Please do follow us on social media also. Some of you I really want to talk to again. I want to connect. So thank you. I will not take any more time. Thank you again. I really hope all of you have a rest of the evening, pleasant evening. Thank you. Thank you, the online. Thank you so much. Thank you for the online participants. I missed out. They left. I'm really sorry. Thank you for online participants. They took time out from their busy schedule from different parts of India and even outside of India. So this I hope this makes it to the recording. Thank you so much for being with us, being panelists. Thank you. Good way to go. Nice.
And then hope everyone has given the ticket and the form filled. Okay. Yeah, please don't forget, because otherwise again we'll keep on writing mail.
There is a pen drive here. Who's okay? Please take this. What do you mean? Right now, top of page because this will read. Yeah. And one more thing. You can make a tiny announcement. Yes, it's not a problem. Do I need to meet the director today for any reason? Ah.
You just prepare that.
I will do
Give it
that,
10
no
minutes.
problem.
I'll just
No
speak.
problem. Thank you so
Oh, yes, okay, I'll join you. Okay, that is. All right.
You think we might get some monetary help for the travel? The travel? Maybe we can go for funding. Okay, we'll have to look, but not a problem, we'll check. I can ask my team first. We can check. Usually ask for funding. Maybe we can help in organizing funding. Or again, I might be asking TC. Yeah. Okay, we'll check something. Thank you. You will order it. Oh, yeah, that she sent me a text. I think it was regarding that. Okay, I was not able to take it. I will talk to him. I want your name, phone number. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I know. This is my name. That's my WhatsApp number. Also my contact number. G69 it's another phone. I use smaller phone. Is it ringing?
Thank you. There are a few ideas I really want to talk to you about. So I'll call you or email you or something else I'll do.
Yes.
And I'll fill you. It was you? It was you and who else? You spoke to her?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, but she told I guess she requires my number or something.
I'll give this. I'll give. Do you know who else was it? She said two people.
It was. I have her number. And she'll contact me at this.
That's right. Not a problem. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
We can provide you the names and all this. Okay, that's all these things we can have. Okay.
I know that you have a kind of for this December.
Yes. Breakdown. Okay. From all around the country. That much is the chance for inputs from. You can take it Monday. It's a management. Yeah, we'll take it up. Let's have a discussion. Yes. And you can take it Monday fresh feeling workshop. You can invite them from all over the country. But you want to understand our institute. I will give you a okay. Yeah, that's great to know that. Exciting. I will give you a yes. Even if I talk to you,